Hello, everyone. Welcome back to Real Time Talk with Eagle 3D Streaming. I'm Quintin, the host of today's show, and I am extremely excited to have Alex Tao with us here today. I'll throw it over to Alex in a minute, but just to give him a brief introduction, he is the Anythink World manager at Anythink Libraries, and he is the leading person that has helped spearhead the creation of an amazing experience known as Anythink World. And he has joined us here today to walk us through and to talk about the project, which is a super special project that we're grateful to be a part of. Alex, how are you doing today?
Quinn, I'm doing great. Thank you so much for having me.
And thanks to you, sir, for joining us. It'd be cool just to hear a little bit more about, your background, who Alex is, how did you get into the position that you're in today, and what brought about Anythink World?
Yeah, great. So my name is Alex Tao. I am the Anythink World manager, as Quentin said. And I've been with Anythink Libraries since 2017. We serve Adams County, Colorado, which is about the northern metro district area of Colorado. So we're about 15, 20 minutes north of Denver, Colorado. So if you're ever in the area, come check us out. We've got about 7 branches, all spanning across Adams County. So those include cities like Thornton, North Glen, Commerce City, Brighton, Bennett. Those are the areas that we serve. I started in this studio, which is a maker space. If you're familiar with those in the library world, Anythink had the privilege and honor to be one of the first maker spaces in the area, serving our customers by providing access to tools and resources like 3D printers, laser cutting,
Cool.
direct-to-garment printing, all sorts of awesome creative tools for the community to use free of charge. And of course, with everybody, as everybody's probably aware, in 2020, 2019, 2020, we had the pandemic. And so the library had to close its doors. And this project really started from that. And I didn't come onto the project until 2 years later, so 2022, 2023. But in that time frame, the original team had developed this idea called Anythink World, and it was a way to connect with our customers, even with our physical doors, physical branches being closed. And so the project goal and vision has shifted quite a bit since its inception, but currently today, we still use Anythink World as a way to meet people where they are. We understand that a lot of people use the internet. A lot of people game on the internet. On the metaverse, what we're calling the metaverse is just any online social media space or any online social gathering space. And we understand that a lot of people have shifted and are spending a lot of time in those online spaces. And so we thought, as a library, it would be great if we can stay connected to our customers in the online metaverse world by providing a space that was dedicated to education, creativity, and accessibility. We wanted to be able to connect people to our resources, to our products, while having it gamified or having it done in a new and unique way. We understand that Zoom fatigue is a real thing, and we wanted to be able to break out of that Zoom box. And so we wanted to create a space where people can come, connect, gather, take workshops, and experience a part of anything just in an online format. And so that's where we kind of are today. We've since launched Anythink World, as I use it as an umbrella term, meaning it's a space that it's a name that encompasses multiple spaces. And so playing on the terms of the metaverse, and similar to how other other companies do it, Roblox, Minecraft, Fortnite. They all have experiences, multiple experiences within the main experience. And so Anythink World is following that. And we have 3 different experiences right now. We've got the island, which was the original was the original idea for Anythink World. And then we've got the campus, which we use for meetings, we use for programming and workshops. And then we've got Main Street, which is a one-of-a-kind artistic poetry writing narrative experience that I'm going to show you all later. But it's a great way for us to build out unique experiences for our customers and for Adams County residents to be able to stay connected and to participate in experiences that are non-traditional for a library.
Yeah, and that's amazing. And I mean, so many questions right there. But since you guys are a library, you know, a public entity, one of the things that I listened or that I noticed is you said you want to meet where your customers are. As a library, what is important for your customers to achieve through your library system? And then how is that related to the interactive experiences that you've created? And why did they have to be interactive? You're talking about Zoom fatigue. Well, what was critical about the interactive component that allowed you to meet customers where they were and for them to kind of achieve the goals of your library?
Yeah, great questions. So first, you know, I'm probably speaking for all libraries when I say this, but you know, our goal is to be able to offer our community resources and access to all sorts of things. So whether it's basic necessities like just internet access, or being able to print off resumes or print off use the printers at the library, from all the way to creating second or third spaces where kids, teens, adults feel like they have another place to go, to be able to be challenged or enriched emotionally, creatively, whether it is just to be able to take a makerspace workshop, or to be able to join a book club. These are all things that we hope to accomplish by doing the things that we do at the library. And so, as I was mentioning earlier, we realized that a lot of people are now using ebooks or using e-resources, and
Got it.
And so we want to be able to stay relevant. I think that's a major challenge for libraries, is especially for people who probably haven't been to a library since they were children, right? Or since they were in school. And we are trying to transform the way that people understand what a library is, and to transform what people think about when they think about their local library. For example, we've launched a year or two ago, we launched triads, which are non-traditional items that you can check out from our library free of charge. So it includes all things from snowshoes to binoculars to GoPros to board games to even health and accessibility equipment like wheelchairs or scooters. So it's all sorts of non-traditional items that we buy and we check out to Adams County residents who have a library card with us, and a lot of libraries are doing that too. So it's a way for us to expand our reach and to continue offering and meeting a need for the community, and like you said, connecting with them where they are, and so doing a little bit of outreach, but also trying to stay relevant within the eyes of our local communities.
Yeah. And just right there, that's such an innovative approach. I mean, it's almost stepping out of what we would traditionally think as a library and introducing something more to stay grounded in the community, because libraries have always been the center of community. And the city that I grew up, they haven't really thought about this evolution and integrating different technologies and making things available. And so
Mhm.
it's amazing that you guys are doing that. It would be great to see if you have it available, maybe just like a demo of the experience that you've created and how it all came together.
Yeah, for sure. So looks like we're entering the night cycle, so we'll wait a little bit. But
Yeah.
this is the Main Street experience, and we worked with our inaugural Adams County Poet Laureate. Her name is Carrie Joy, and she's a writer, performer, a musician. She does all sorts of things. And so we worked with her to create this unique narrative poetry experience. And so there are multiple ways that you can engage with this. The first being, if you go and interact with Carrie, she's kind of in 4 different locations in the world, but she will talk about her past, present, and future, but she will also give you prompts to consider your own past, present, and future.
Nice.
And in the same way, when you're going through it, you can, we have a supplement or an aid on our website where you can enter in those prompts and submit essentially, your own unique poem about yourself. But otherwise, you can also just engage by playing through the experience as well. And so if you walk up to her, she will start talking to you. And we built it as a narrative experience so that you can, for people that, we understand that there's going to be a wide range of customers who have played video games and are comfortable with this space, but maybe you're not so comfortable with navigating in a virtual space like this. And so there are multiple ways to move. You can use the WASD keys to move, or you can just use the mouse to right click, and you can just click on the area that you want to go with. And this was something that your team helped us develop, which was really nice, because we wanted to make sure that we provided as much accessibility in terms of controls and access as possible. So if you walk up to her,
"Hi, I'm Carrie Joy."
and so now you're kind of in this this dialogue or this story, and you can just say, where am I?
You are in Unwritten, a virtual space to unlock your story through poetry. This world is a blend of my greatest inspirations in life. I'm inviting you to explore them with me, and along the way, we'll discover what inspires you.
And so you can just continue on in the dialogue and in the story. And so we've
Awesome.
incorporated all sorts of things, and we built this experience out of our Brighton area. So we have an area called Main Street in Brighton, and it's these chains of stores here in a downtown Brighton location. And so we've got our library located over here, and it's almost a digital twin of that area. But we've fantasized it a little bit. We've added like a waterfront, and we've added this subway train here just because Carrie's a New York native, and so all of these things in here play on her past, present, and future. And so this was a great way for us to collaborate with Carrie and to be able to offer a unique poetry writing, poetry reflection experience for our Adams County residents. Did you have any questions so far?
Yeah, for sure. I mean, the first thing is that you were able to encapsulate Carrie's who she was into the
Yes.
experience. I mean, just the subway thing, for example, it's like a perfect nod to New York City. But you also have the Anything Libraries is in there as well, but it's also putting through a backdrop that's kind of, we're able to add waterfronts. And
Right.
and what you're sharing right here, is this part of the actual, like if I went to this library, would I see this, or did you do
Yeah,
your
so
own?
this building is called the Armory, and it is a separate entity from Anythink, but they do a lot of collaborations together since it's the locations of the buildings they're really just right next to each other, just like how you saw earlier. And so they always do a lot. This is a performing arts building, and so they always do partnerships with us. And so we thought it would be since Carrie's a performer, we thought it would be cool to include this space and have her perform. And if you go over here, you can actually listen to her custom poem that she wrote and performed for this specific experience. So it was fun getting to work with her, getting to use Unreal Engine to be able to do all the kind of the facial captures with the meta-human rigs. So that was fun. But yeah, we really pushed, I think, Unreal and pixel streaming to really to get to the experience that we wanted, for sure.
Yeah. And I mean, one of the things that comes to mind is, I mean, right now you're kind of demoing a solo experience, but is it also possible for anyone else to join and to be there together?
Yeah, so that was a big portion of what we wanted to do and accomplish with pixel streaming. And so we used, so multiplayer is available, and we worked closely with your team to ensure that our experience was capable of doing that. And when you're designing something to be experienced by multiple people, it adds a lot of layers. Just because you have to think about network replication, and you have to think about, if I close and open this door, it's going to have to do that same thing for the other people that are in the space. And so, you know, those things become challenges. And if I play this audio, you know, is another person going to hear it, or is it just, or am I only going to hear it on my end? And so there are a lot of factors that go into designing for multiplayer, but we wanted to do that just so that people could experience these things together. The island was the original place where we wanted people to kind of gather together. And so we took that idea and we applied it to all of our spaces. So the campus, the island, and Main Street. It adds a lot of extra work, but it's always, you know, it's always more fun and more engaging, we feel, when you can go into the space with other people, with your friends, and explore together. And so that's, you know, one of the main things we wanted to accomplish. But yeah, the multiplayer is available, and, you know, so it works really well, and we were able to accomplish that using the Eagle platform.
And one of the things that we are really proud of is that you're using Eagle's multiplayer system, and that includes the plugin for Unreal Editor, which essentially you're able to use it to build and deploy, or not only deploy, but also to scale any sort of multiplayer experience. Can you share a little bit about the plugin or your experience using it?
Yeah, so by the time we got to this project, we were using Eagle's custom Unreal Engine, which just allowed us to do the multiplayer push to the server for Eagle's servers. But, you know, it required a little bit of setup, but the dev team at Eagle really helped us and answered a lot of the technical questions that we had, and they worked closely with us to ensure that we could make it a success. But once we got the project set up, you know, it was really just a matter of the creative vision and just using Unreal Engine to design the world and to design the experience, and pushing it out using Eagle's automation tools, you know, was really simple. It was really, I mean, once you have the project set up, just ensuring that you have all the correct configs for your accounts and for the servers. But once you set everything up, it was just easy to do a single click push to push updates and to push. So once we push the initial version, it's really simple to push updates, which I appreciate a lot. Especially, if you need to make like a music change, or if you need to make any sort of small changes, you can just push it, and it's really simple to do with the automation tools and the Eagle Unreal Engine project.
Yeah. And I mean, we're so excited that you're using that, because essentially you have this plugin and editor where at one click you're building both the multiplayer server and the build, and they're automatically deployed, which is awesome. And then the multiplayer, and Morteza, I know you know a little bit about this, just if you ever have to use a GitHub version to actually implement multiplayer into your project.
Yes. Well, yeah, the GitHub version is, it's the vanilla version that Epic Game provides. It gives you the experience as a developer myself. I want to have the freedom to play around with the engine, especially if you're making changes in the engine itself. But when we are making games, working with the GitHub version is really a disaster. It has so many dependencies. When you're talking in terms of the Visual Studio, there are some packages that need to be on a specific version, and when you're on that specific version, they have problems that they don't run correctly. And even if everything is okay, it can take. In one case, it took me 6 hours to just open the engine for the first time. So the first run is always, it takes a lot of time, and takes a lot of the disk space on my PC. It also takes a lot of time. But even when I'm making games, especially multiplayer games, I prefer using something like a binary version that the EL provides.
Cool. Yeah, and so Alex, I see you kind of taking us around to some of the different places in the experience. What are some of your favorite things to do when you're kind of in the Anythink World experience?
Yeah, for sure. So in this one specifically, like I was saying, the waterfront isn't in reality, but it isn't part of our the landscape at Brighton. But just to have this area with the fruit trees and with the waterfront, it was a really cool add-on that Carrie and we worked together on just because it's with Unreal Engine, that's the beauty of it. You can design it to look and feel however you want to, and just to be able to hear the water crashing on the beach, and just to be able to see stars and the fire crackling. I think it's an easy way to kind of transport you to a space that you can't normally get to in Colorado.
Yeah, absolutely. And did this have any significance to Carrie? Like, was she a fan of the coast or a beach, or was it more about just the presence and the ambiance and kind of having a calming sort of state?
Yeah, in this case, it was more about the ambiance. In this specific part of the narrative or the story, it's getting you to reflect about your future. And so that's why she wanted this waterfront, so that kind of she wanted it to, it's you can't see the end, right? And so you're kind of just thinking about your future in that way. You're looking out into the horizon and reflecting on that specific part of your life. And so this is why we created it this way.
Nice. And if you have the URL, can you share it with us, and maybe Morteza can come join you?
Yeah, for sure.
Okay.
Send it in the chat here.
Cool. Yeah, so Morteza, head towards the water. Or maybe you can find Alex. But so while he's sort of spinning that up, Um, are you able to communicate with people in this experience? Do you
Yeah.
yeah. Or how exactly does that work?
So communication, yeah, that was a big thing that we wanted to make sure was available for this project. And so we worked with Eagle to have this voice chat feature for the experiences that span across the island and Main Street. And so it's a voice over IP feature, and essentially it works kind of as you would expect in any in any um, in any online meeting room. So be able to mute your mic or be able to see who's in the room, all sorts of things. And so we use that feature to be able to chat with people and be able to communicate that way.
Nice, nice. And was that also a part of immersive and interactivity, and just making sure that everyone that's sort of in the same space is able to interact? Or the static notion of these very basic canvas experiences, and just to make sure that there's interactivity and people can discuss with each other.
Yeah, so that was communication and connection. That's one of the big things that we do at Anythink, just even in our both in-person branches and with online programming. We wanted to make sure that was a way for a key feature for us. And it helps, like we were saying, breaking out of the Zoom box. You're taking control of this digital avatar, and you are becoming, you can create yourself to look and feel however you want to express yourself. And so it's just a fun way to be able to do something different and be able to meet in a different way. And so we really like that a lot, being able to still communicate and have those features.
Awesome. And so what's the vision for what's next, or what are some of your ideas on how we can kind of take this to the next level?
Yeah, so that's something that we're looking at right now. We're doing a bit of research and seeing what are things that what are ways that we can evolve it. And like I was saying earlier, Anythink World is really just an umbrella term for multiple worlds. And so we want to continue creating unique experiences just like this, to be able to engage our customers in fun and unique and different ways. And I think that's kind of where my piece of the pie is with Anythink, and just creating these unique experiences that our customers can partake in that they probably would never do on their own.
Yeah.
And so this is just something that it's just the start, but we want to continue doing these things now that we've got the basic infrastructure. It's just a matter of building out new experiences, doing new things.
Absolutely. And I see that you now have a friend joining you in the experience. Who is who?
Morteza is me, and I'm the character in the clothing.
Okay. Cool.
Oh
yeah, that's right. So there's also the avatar selection feature, so you can customize.
Right. Yep.
Yep.
So the Ready Player Me integration, that was key to the avatar stuff. Yeah, for sure.
Nice. And also, I believe you're able to emote and to wave to each other. And
yep, that's right. So all sorts of fun things.
Amazing. So yeah, and that was also something we were really excited about, is just doing the Ready Player Me integration, because it allows what we're seeing right now on our screen. I mean, you were talking about self-expression, and this is like the perfect way to capture that in a 3D world.
Right. Yeah. And this goes back to the thing I was talking about, with multiplayer. Your team was really great with helping us make sure that if I emote on my end, that the other people will be able to see that. So
Yeah.
big shout out to your dev team.
Shout out to the dev team. Oh, and we just got a Discord server. So
nice.
Feel free anyone watching to hop in. Alex, definitely you as well. We're much quicker now with support, and we're trying to make sure that everyone is sort of streamlined and on the same page. And so we've got a cool Discord server now.
That's great. Good to hear.
Awesome. All right. So I know we're already kind of running up into the half hour. It comes by quickly. Is there anything that we've maybe missed, Alex? A way to experience the or how to experience the interactive, or anything to share with the audience regarding Anythink Libraries?
Yeah, thanks, Quinn. If you want to experience it, just go to anythinklibraries.org /world, and you'll be able to get to, you can learn more about what we're doing and see our events that we're hosting. So we've got all sorts of things going on. But like I said, if you're ever in the Adams County area in Colorado, feel free to check one of our libraries out.
And is that kind of by Denver, you would say?
Yep. It's about just 15 minutes, 15, 20 minutes north of Denver.
Cool.
Mm-hmm.
Well, there you go, you guys. Next time you're in Denver, you got to go check them out. Well, thank you so much, Alex, for joining us and for allowing us to be a part of this project. Thank you, Morteza, and to your team for everything you guys did to support it. It's been a real pleasure and honor to be a part of this project.
All right. Yep. Thanks, Quinn. Thanks, Morteza.
Okay. All right. Thanks, you guys. We'll see you on the next show. Bye, everyone.
All right.
Ciao.